So we're joined here by our client, Josh. Josh, how are you?
I'm great. And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. And could you kick us off just by telling us, we already know your name's Josh, but where you live and your area of expertise in your career?
Absolutely. So originally I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, but I've lived in New York City the past 15 years. And my area of expertise is financial planning and analysis.
Awesome, FP&A. So
That's right.
if you could set the stage for us to tell us where you were in your job search before happening upon career. So what was going on that made you reach out for help?
My position was eliminated as a senior manager of financial planning and analysis at my last company, Sodexo Corporate Services Food. And while that was the best job I ever had, unexpectedly having my position eliminated without any warning. Certainly, I've been laid off in the past, but this was so unexpected because I was expecting this to be my long-term permanent corporate home.
Hmm.
So I was on the market for 2.5 months by the time that I discovered the Career Amp program. And what I was doing in terms of applying to hundreds of jobs was just not successful. I was not getting enough interviews. I probably only had 3 interviews in a 2.5 month span, in addition to speaking with many third-party recruiters. So clearly, I wasn't getting where I needed to go.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you run up against that wall and it's, you try to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing? That's not working. I don't get it. So that makes
Exactly.
sense. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you started looking for some help. What ultimately made you choose Career Amp over other services that you were looking at?
Yes, I did extensive research on a variety of services. In fact, I was already using a service prior
Mm,
to joining Career Amp. It was one of those subscription monthly based services. And frankly, I just wasn't getting the support that I needed that was customized to my particular situation. It was
mhm.
very in general, and I was going through a library of PDF files, and that certainly wasn't getting it done in terms of an efficient use of time.
Yeah, yeah, efficiency is so important when we're job searching, especially in a layoff situation. So I'm sorry that that was the case with the other one, but obviously we're here to celebrate your offer that you got, which we'll get to in a second. So that's very, very helpful. What about your biggest win? So you hopped inside. Obviously, we have your offer to celebrate, but what would you consider your biggest win having been through the program?
Well, in addition to the obvious offer, in fact, I got two offers.
Woo!
Yeah, so I had to decide between two companies. So really, my biggest win apart from that would be the interview preparation, but more specifically in the program, there is something called source stories. And those source stories really helped me in my final interviews with companies. They made all the difference because I was able to be succinct and tell a value added story from the perspective of the interviewer. So it wasn't about me, it was all about what I could deliver for them and how I could solve their business problems.
Mhm.
So that was the biggest win overall, I would say.
Huge congratulations. If I did the math correctly, I think you were in our program for about 5 or 6 weeks, and
Yes.
then you got your two offers. So I just want to give you a huge kudos and congratulations to you for being coachable and taking all the things that we gave you and then doing it yourself. So you should be really, really proud of the result. I hope you are.
Thank you, AJ. I certainly am.
Awesome, Josh. Okay, cool. So last question here. We'll wrap things up. But if someone's watching this and they're on the fence on whether or not they want to join Career Amp, what would you tell them?
I would tell them first, you have to evaluate what is the amount of investment I need to make in my job search. So that way I can be effective over the long term at this junction of my career. So you have to decide, where do I want to be in the long term? How can I find that long term, ideally permanent corporate home? And based on, the economic value that you're going to experience as a result of finding that long term company home, that's the right fit for you. And where you're the right fit for that company, figure out what that economic value is versus the investment that you're willing to make. And what you'll come to find is that the investment that you would make in this program, Career Amp, will the vast majority of the time justify the return that you're going to get on your investment. And most importantly, in terms of how quickly can you achieve that result.
Hmm.
So vast majority of the time, being a finance person, I can tell you it will be very much worth your while to join this program because you get to be part of a lifetime community. I'm still going to be active in this Career Amp community, even though I'm now have completed my first week on the new job.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see you all up in the community. I hope this is not the last time that we get to talk to each other, but cool. Awesome. Well, thank you again so much, Josh. Appreciate it.